PA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. We'll get this to about the 38. If you look at this Bronco defense, they enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
70 Timberwolves.
Now Richardson. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. 7 yards there and a first down. The Colts at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Richardson working from the gun. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Back to the air with Richardson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. One play action. Here's Nix. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Kadarius Toney, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Colts nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes, left side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Colts. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. You look at this Colt defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Captain.
Now it's Nix. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The last series form a little disappointing. Forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready, right?
Richardson. That's to his tight end, Tyler Warren. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Here's Richardson to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now it's Richardson. And this one's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready?
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
He was covered by Patrick Surtain.
So on 4th down, Spencer Schrader on here for the Colts field goal. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. Well, this defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
They'll go play action with Nix. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Has some space here. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Marvin Mims, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are once again back in front. Wants to try to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Broncos 14, Colts 10.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Ready? 18 Cardinal. Hey, smash Bronco. Ready, ready?
Richardson looking to throw this. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And got his man complete. A big play there for Indy. and even 40 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Richardson looks to throw once more. They're going right back to Pittman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Shot.
They go play action with Richardson. A throw on the money there to Doolin. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ashton Doolin, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Colts have taken the lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And that flag accepted.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. To throw is Nix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now a second and 10. Here's Nix. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a first and 10. Off the play fake, Nix. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. Sheds off the tackle. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A huge play there for Denver. 52 yards.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there. Doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there. Going to set him up with first and goal from very short range.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on third and goal. On the sneak, it's Nix. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
It's just so unusual to see a loss of yardage on a quarterback sneak play. Give a lot of credit to the defensive front. They weren't permitting anything.
Yeah, from the naked eye, they only needed 2 or 3 inches there.
Yeah, and how do you go from needing 2 or 3 inches to losing yardage?
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on fourth and goal from the 1. They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash and a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready,
Now Richardson back to throw it. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Broncos' 42-yard line.
Ready. Ready. Panther 6, Panther 80.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Ready.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play and move on.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd down and 6 now. Richardson looking to throw. Quick slam caught by Pierce. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Cougar 19. Come on. Panther 60, Panther 60. Check, Bobcat. Check, Bobcat. Let's go.
Here's a tap forward by Richardson. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Check. Hey.
Looking to throw. Richardson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Nix to the air. Now he's going to step up and run. Throw right side, it's pulled in by Bryant. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. He was out there waving his arms. I mean, you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help. I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Dobbins. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Bombers, bombers, bombers. Oh, my son. Ready. Ready.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Fighting to stay. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The kick by Lutz is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, It took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. "19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here first and 10.
Cowboys 18, Warriors 65 catch, 65 catch. Ready, ready?
Now Richardson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
At the 21-yard line.
19 light. Let's go now. Let's go.
Richardson working from the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Panther 11, Trap 6, Panther 6, Cup 19, Cup 19, 79 Broncos.
A final shot before the half. Richardson. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They're going. It's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest. I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
And the decision paid off indeed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First down. It's a gain of 20. First down, Denver.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now it's Nix.
His throw incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10. Nix looking to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bryant. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Nix from the shotgun. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Nix once more. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Franklin. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Second down and a yard. On play action, here's Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 people.